we see ourselves expanding both in terms of the size of the payloads, the types of payloads. We're definitely, obviously, as we talked about earlier, putting more equipment up on the space station. So there's a lot of payloads a lot of experiments where the results can't be returned down. So for example, protein crystal growth, a lot of those won't survive re-entry. So you've got to do the work on the space station. So that's part of why we've been focused on putting more equipment up. And stay tuned. We've actually got some other platforms that we're getting ready to announce. One that we have announced that we're going to be rolling out is our biological experiment platforms. So these are a 4U form factor, and so they include additional power and additional data, and it'll sort of go hand in hand with a centrifuge and the plate reader to allow a complete platform for biological experiments. And then we've got some other stuff that's in the works that you'll hear about from us soon. So we are on the NASA payload manifest. So whatever NASA flies on, we fly on. So we've already flown on Progress, Soyuz, HTV, ATV. So just between those 4 vehicles, you've got 4 to 6 opportunities a year to go to the space station. And we're looking forward to the Antares program. They're I know pushing a lot to add a lot of capabilities to that. NASA is spending some money to develop that platform to include biologicals. And then also the Dragon capsule. One of the big things that happened with the shuttle going away is down mass. The shuttle was able to bring tremendous amount of weight back to Earth. If my understanding is correct, with the Dragon capsule, they'll be able to bring back the same volume they brought up and about half the weight back down. And so that provides a great opportunity to be able to bring more platforms down. So we hope to fly on those. And you know, we're in terms of transportation platforms, we're very agnostic. And so our interest is in repeatable, reliable, routine access to the space station. And so we think that through all these different vehicles that helps provide that. I think the other thing I would say is that as far as the company, the way that the operations of the company is structured, the CEO, Jeff Manber, and myself are in Washington, D.C. Most of the other employees are in Houston, just down the street from JSC. And so we have facilities down there where we build and test the payloads. We also have facilities available for astronauts to come and train on the payloads because they need to train on these before they fly. And so we're very much integrated in with the JSC ecosystem. We've got a very experienced team that has a lot of experience in managing the process for getting things on space station. So they have a lot of knowledge of what kind of hardware is already flown, the procedures that are necessary to qualify things for flying to the National Space Station. And so we're able to manage that whole process end to end. And so that, I think, gives us a great advantage for customers who they don't have to deal with all the paperwork. And in fact, our customers don't even have to deal with NASA, period. NASA does a great job at what they do, but we're run like a business. And so we're able to do things that NASA can't. That is, keep a lot of research proprietary, operate on a schedule that's based on money, not on other priorities. And so NASA does a great job with what we do, and so we think we're a great complement to what they're doing with the International Space Station. And we think that the commercial activities that we're doing will bring the sort of the next generation of ISS utilization. And that's something that's a big, utilization of the ISS is a big cause for us. I think a lot of people take the space station for granted, but the reality is that a lot of programs are dependent upon the space station, whether they realize it or not. And so I think as a community, all need to do a better job of making sure to utilize the International Space Station. We've spent, over $60 billion on the space station. We're going to spend $100 billion by the time we're done, just on the US side alone. And so we have this amazing platform with great facilities. And so that's very much what our company is about, is to try and access those and unlock that potential for our customers.